Shalom, hi, I'm Daniel Rose, Director of Education Program for Yesod, and welcome to our Yesod vlog, normally on the Parsha, but this week we're going to focus on the Chag, the festival of Shavuot, which we will be celebrating this week on Friday and then Shabbat. There won't be a Parsha this week. Shavuot is the Chag where we celebrate the giving of the Torah, that we believe happened on Mount Sinai. It's also an agricultural harvest festival. On Shavuot, we have the custom to read the Book of Ruth, Megillat Ruth. And the question is why, but also the question is why Ruth was included in Tanakh. It's not really a remarkable book in any way. Unlike Megillat Esther, which is a dramatic story that had tremendous implications for the survival of the Jewish people, Megillat Ruth is a very beautiful story about a woman called Naomi who leaves Yehuda, leaves the land of Israel with her husband and her two sons because it was famine, and they go to the land of Moab, where today the modern country of Jordan is, and there they marry Moabite women. And unfortunately, Naomi's husband and both sons die, and her daughter-in-laws are left with the decision of what to do when she decides to go back to the land of Israel. So Orpah decides to remain in Moab and return to her father's house, but Ruth commits to Naomi and we believe converts to Judaism and returns to the land of Israel. So, and then marries Boaz. It's a lovely story, very beautiful story. It happens at the harvest time, it happens at this time of the year, so that's one reason why we read it on Shavuot, but there must be an extra factor, an extra reason why we read this Megillah, this story, on this very important festival, where we really celebrate such an important historical event, such as the giving of the Torah, and the beginning of Judaism as a civilization and as a religion. I'd like to share with you now a midrash that gives us a suggested answer of what the core value of the Book of Ruth is. The midrash is from Ruth Rabbah. Rabbi Zera says, "This Megillah does not contain laws of impurity or purity, or prohibitions or permits. So why was it written? To teach you how good is the reward for those who do kindness." So we see from this midrash that the core value of the book of the Megillat Ruth is chesed, loyalty, loving kindness. I suggest that means that the rabbis, when they decided we would read this Megillah on Chag Shavuot, we're saying that that's a core value of the Torah, and perhaps the essence of what the Torah is all about. And we have other statements such as Rabbi Akiva, who would say that v'ahavta l'recha kamocha, loving your neighbor as yourself, is the essence of the Torah. Hillel said a similar statement. So we understand this concept. So that's very nice. Dr. Yael Ziegler gives us another idea, another possible direction. She actually questions whether the chesed, the kindness displayed by Ruth, should be a model for all of us, because Ruth goes to such an extent to almost self-nullify, to self-negate herself. She gives up everything, all of her own personal needs, desires. She even gives up her own roots and her own culture and identity in order to travel with Naomi back to a strange land and become part of a strange people with a strange religion. Is this the ideal? Is the Torah saying this is the ideal of chesed, where we self-negate ourselves in order to show loyalty and give to people around us? So Dr. Ziegler suggests that maybe that's not quite the message. Maybe, obviously, chesed is a core value, but maybe the message here is something else. And she takes us to the very end of the Book of Ruth, where the lineage tracing from Ruth to King David is spelled out for us and listed, where we see that David is a descendant of Ruth, and befitting one at that, because Ruth has shown such chesed. And Dr. Ziegler suggests that that's the kind of chesed that our leadership should be showing, where they do self-negate themselves, where their own personal needs come second at every step, at every stage, to the needs of the people that they are leading. I think this is a tremendously beautiful idea, an idea that resonates with us who work in Jewish communities, and at this time of global crisis, where there are tremendous acts of kindness all around us that inspire us, but we're also looking for that kind of strong leadership. And I hope that we, those working in the Jewish community, can aspire to that level of leadership. Chag Sameach to you and your families. I hope that you are all well and safe, and we're all turning a corner when it comes to this challenging time. I wish you a meaningful and enjoyable Chag Shavuot Sameach.